Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Cycle, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Sadia Yakubu. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV, channels 365 and Star Times, channels 276. President Bola Tinubu has flagged off renewed a presidential women's health transformation initiative to safeguard maternal health and women well-being. He described the program as an answer to one of the nation's most critical prayers and a cornerstone of a healthier Nigeria, rating it as a national priority. Speaking during the launch Gala Night Award at the State House in Abuja, President Tinubu, who was represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, noted that women's health is fundamental to Nigerians' development. The Nigerian Police Force says it is intensifying measures to secure the country's porous borders, describing the task as critical to curbing arms smuggling, drug trafficking, and human movement by criminal network. Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun made this known at a strategic meeting with commanders of border patrol base in Abuja. Security correspondent Kike Lomo Okere has more.
Border security remains one of the Nigerian biggest challenges, fueling internal crisis and cross-border crimes. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, directed all commanders of border patrol base to strengthen patrol and file detailed monthly reports on their activities. Egbetokun emphasized that strong border security is vital to national safety and regional stability, urging personnel to return to their duty posts with renewed commitment.
This report must highlight, at the very least, your successes in intercepting arms and ammunition, seizing narcotics and other contraband, and disrupting human trafficking networks while rescuing victims and holding traffickers to account.
The police boss says the force is investing in surveillance system, drone technology and data analysis to improve border management, assuring that officers will be adequately equipped to meet the task.
We will keep technology advanced. We're already investing in surveillance systems, drone technologies, and all of data analytics and all of that. So we continue to provide the modern tools that will improve the performance of our officers at their duty posts.
It is believed that effective monitoring coupled with modern technology will help close long exploited loopholes. Kike Lomo Okere, Global Television News.
Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police of Federal Capital Territory Command Ajao Adewale says tackling insecurity requires more than policing, noting that it demands cultural reawakening and community-driven solutions. Adewale made this statement at the launch of a new initiative by You Against Crime International in Abuja. Our correspondent reports. The Commissioner of Police FCT Command Ajao Adewale says the launch of You Against Crime International is aimed at tackling crime in Nigeria through cultural reawakening, advocacy, and community involvement in a bid to build a safer and more resilient Nigeria.
We can reinvent the society today suffering from youth bulge. If we do not take care of these youths, we have destroyed the future. Security agencies cannot do it alone. Let's take the battle back to the community. When we get it right there, we'll get it right everywhere. Culture surely is a cure to crime and criminality.
Chief Executive Officer You Against Crime International, Tayo Folorunsho, and the Mandate Secretary for Women's Affairs at the FCT administration, Dio Benjamin, highlighted the need to instill morals and discourage crime. They therefore called for stronger partnerships between cultural advocates and security agencies.
In such a time like this, to profile a lasting solution, what we are doing is to see that if not eradicate, we are going to reduce crime through our programs that is centered around to stimulate students' youth creativity, their passion, to align them with their purpose. Because
crime prevention is better than just looking for the solution in a cure in itself. Because cure is never sure, but prevention, when done strategically, cascading the full interventions of integration for community, like we here see today, through culture, through entertainment, truly becomes the cure for crime.
Representing the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Aisha Muhammad emphasized the need for collaborative efforts of security agencies to combat crime.
While talking about culture, I would say that parenting is the most important part of culture. We have to go back to the way we were doing things before.
With security agencies, cultural leaders, and communities uniting under one vision, the initiative by You Against Crime International signals a fresh approach to crime prevention, one rooted in culture, collaboration, and collective responsibility. Sadia Yakubu, Global Television News. The All Progressives Congress says climate action must become a central part of Nigeria's political agenda. To this end, the party has convened a climate policy dialogue in Abuja, bringing stakeholders together to explore how green policies can shape its campaign strategies ahead of the elections. Global Television's Ubong Usoro reports.
The ruling party says climate change is no longer just an environmental issue, but a political one. The APC Climate Change Network believes green voters will play a critical role in the country's next election. Speakers at the dialogue stressed the need to mainstream climate action into APC constitution and campaign promises.
What it means, if for instance a mini grid, even if it's 10, we come to a community with the candidates and give it to 10 families, influential families, maybe the Emir, the Menwa, and give them and explain to them, you are fighting climate change. This is the man that brought it. And 95 thesis to make sure that needs is part of the critical thematic areas we are going to address.
And green votes are about young people. He said they want jobs, clean air, renewable energy, and accountability. Mainstreaming climate policy, he added, is a way of showing voters that the party is ready for the future.
Political will and the leadership and the government to understand that climate change is even an issue.
Experts at the dialogue say the move could boost APC's appeal among young Nigerians and rural voters who are demanding greener policy. Whether this commitment translates into action remains to be seen. But the ruling party is clearly positioning itself to win what it's called the green votes. Ubong Usoro for Global Television.
The federal government has reaffirmed that boosting agricultural research is key to achieving sustainable food security in Nigeria. Executive Secretary, Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, Dr. Abubakar Daban, stated these at a stakeholders forum held in Abuja. And Nete Patrick has details.
With food security high on the national agenda, experts and stakeholders gathered in Abuja to assess Nigeria's agricultural research capacity under the theme Agricultural Research Capacities in Nigeria, the Journey So Far. Executive Secretary, Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, Dr. Abubakar Daban, stressed that research is the backbone of the country's agricultural transformation. He called for stronger institutions, wider stakeholder collaboration, and adoption of modern technology to boost productivity.
In this new phase of AICN, we are committed to building on this legacy of our predecessor by pursuing initiatives that align with the strategic goals of AICN and the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security.
The Director of Planning, Research and Statistics, Dr. Shuaibu Madugo, and other stakeholders highlighted the evolution of research institutes and their impact on national food security.
Infrastructural capabilities, well, as you can see, we have several infrastructural growth over the years, including establishment of ISO certified laboratories.
The discussions at the forum are expected to provide useful insights to achieving sustainable food security. Annie Patrick, reporting for Global TV.
A report by the World Health Organization says more than 720,000 people died annually through suicide worldwide, with devastating and far-reaching impact on families, friends, workplaces, and communities. These highlight the urgent need for prevention, support, and systematic change as the world celebrates Suicide Prevention Day. Our correspondent Zara Nasser takes a look at the situation and files in this report.
The day aims to raise awareness about suicide, promote understanding, and inspire action to create a safer and more supportive environment for everyone.
World Suicide Prevention Day was first celebrated in 2003 to create awareness on the consequences of this social menace. It is observed on the 10th of September every year in order to come up with more avenues to tackle the problem across the globe. The International Association for Suicide Prevention collaborates with the World Health Organization and the World Federation for Mental Health to host World Suicide Prevention Day. In an exclusive interview with Global Television, a consultant psychiatrist with Federal Medical Center Abuja, Dr. Garba Itofa Yahaya, listed depression, drug abuse, and anxiety disorder among factors that lead people to commit suicide.
Factors that might make an individual contemplate or decide to take their life is multifactorial. Yes, it's multifactorial. So having a mental illness like depression is a factor. Another mental illness that might predispose individuals to having to committing suicide is schizophrenia, which is a severe mental illness in itself. Okay. Then again, we have bipolar disorders, in which we have mania and depression occurring at different times, in between which you have a normal mood for the individual. Then again, use of substances, alcohol, addiction to maybe heroin, cocaine, and all of that, especially when they are withdrawing from its use, it can drive some individuals to committing suicide. Then again, anxiety disorders.
Dr. Garba also explained measures to prevent suicide among individuals.
We should not sensationalize the issue of suicide. Don't glorify it. Because there's nothing of glory in that act in itself. All right. So another thing again is for us as individuals and as a community or society to be empathetic. We should empathize with what each and every one of us is going through at this moment. Because of this economic hardship that's going on, a lot of people are going through a lot of pressure. So the mere fact of checking on one another, you've not seen Mr. A or Mrs. B for some time. Okay, let me find out. You're in a WhatsApp group, all of a sudden someone who was very active becomes silent and nobody is saying anything. Nobody is asking. The person might be there, watching posts, but because nobody, and he's not posting and nobody is asking him, like, oh, that means I'm not of any use.
The theme for the 2025 World Suicide Prevention Day is changing the narrative on suicide.
Zahra Nasser, reporting for Global TV News.
You're watching the live broadcast of News Cycle. When News Cycle returns, United Nations says Israel's strike in Qatar shocked world threatens ceasefire talks. Details coming shortly, plus business and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us.